To be able to look at me now, rather than how I started school back in August, has brought me to a realization of considering a few social constructs, such as economics and family. And looking back on these two constructs have shown me different ways of viewing many different experiences in reading books or watching important films, compared to how it used to read on English 4 from my teacher, Mr. Hoyt, who was one of many teachers who taught me to think outside the box, and not just thinking outside the box, but to experience life outside it as well, shaping me into being able to better understand the points of differences. Sometimes something I had not done since freshman or junior year. Quote: there is an important quote that says, "Look deep into nature, and you will better understand nature." There was a short film that goes by the title Dig, which is about a young girl who finds in the morning during breakfast that her father was digging a hole there in their backyard. As time passed by during the day, the neighbors' kids and eventually the neighbors wanted to know why specifically until the authorities came and arrested him. She was so upset that she was crying and followed him to the car. When she pulled him over to stop and ask why exactly was he digging the hole, he just turned to ask her, "What does it look like he was digging?" And she just said, "A hole." And he said, "Good girl." Not knowing your purpose yet is a purpose that you have yet to discover, which seems easier when Mr. Hoyt taught this next book ahead. Uh, Another social construct I wanted to address was family. Because family plays a big deal in my life, and that's why it is one of the few that struck me out of many of the social constructs. Like in the play Hamlet, written by William Shakespeare, saying about it's about a prince who father passed away, and at the same time, not shortly after, his mother has married his uncle, who turns out to be the murderer of his father. But the mother doesn't realize it, and it is up to him to actually have to figure everything out on his own. This play taught me that not every family is exactly the same. Some family has their twisted moments and some have their downfalls. But me and my it has a good mystery and a huge twist at the final end of everything, and which causes influences my opinion. See how other families are good and bad, and always expecting the unexpected when you least expect it. Though family isn't my family isn't that messed up. We have our down and disagreement moments. And Corey Great in a famous quote says, "Insanity runs in our family." And in a way, this shows me that other countries have their children's lives turned out for them. And because of reputation and status is everything in other countries, the same way it is in the US. The way this has affected me is to think that Argo, it is about a man who goes and saves 6 people trapped in Iran, and they can't leave because if anybody finds out that they were born in the US due to the situation going on down there, they might be possibly captured or killed. And it is up to him to try to save them. But if he does not, if he makes one slip up, he'll be caught and killed properly as well. And later on in the film, what inspired me was the fact that the when the men said you have to come home, and he looked at them and seen all their faces and see how many people that were gonna die if he didn't do it. He decided to help them anyway. I don't know if it's off of faith or guilt if he would have left, but he stayed. Based on all of the experiences in and out of my English 4 class, teacher, my teacher, I've come to learn at different paces in all of my hourglasses. And what I'm saying is, my school experience at JTHS has brought me to put more thought into more than just how I think, but how my teacher, Mr. Hoyt, think, my classmates think, my principal, the staff, everybody out of school, like I said, has different perspective on everything as well. Because they might be right. That doesn't mean I'm always right. Starting today and in this experience at JTHS has influenced me to become a more aware of how smart and genius I am, except for just saying that so I know so much that I don't know anything. I am to see that I am not the computer, well, the complete failure. I was just I was destined to be, but to be a champion of a destiny that I can't seem to see, at least not yet. And yet, in due time, there will come a day that I will be ready